We're glad to have you back. Before we go to our next discussion, let me take you through this story. The Pan-African Financial Institution United Bank for Africa PLC has announced its audited reports for the full year ended December 31st, 2020, recording impressive growth across its top and bottom lines. The 2020 audited financials filed at the Nigerian Stock Exchange shows that the bank's gross earnings grew by 10.8% to 620.4 billion naira, compared to 559.8 billion naira recorded compared to 559.8 billion naira recorded in the corresponding period of 2019. The bank's total assets also grew by 37.0% to 7.7 trillion naira for the year under review. Despite the challenging business environment during the COVID-19 pandemic and the resultant effect on economies globally, the bank's profit before tax was impressive at 131.9 billion naira compared to 111.3 billion naira as at the end of 2019 financial year. In the same vein, the profit after tax rose remarkably by 27.7%. Compared to 89.1 billion naira, that is now at 113.8 billion naira recorded as at the end of 2019 financial year. Commenting on the result, the Group Managing Director, CEO, Mr. Kennedy Uzoka, notes that the year 2020 was important for UBA Group as it gained further market shares in most of its countries of operations. Well, in a recent development, the financial institution, in its quest to change the face of digital banking services in Nigeria and by extension, the African continent, launched a new mobile banking app aimed at delivering first-rate services to customers. The new UBA mobile app has been armed with benefits and features designed to give its customers increased control and accessibility to carry out the transaction with ease. Well, let's go straight to the discussion. I have with me in the studio live is the Group Chief Information Officer of UBA Group, as well as the Group Head SME Banking Group. I have Mr. Samson Aneke, who's the Group Head SME Banking, and I have Mr. Onyebuchi Akosa, who's the Group CIO UBA. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for your time.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let me start with you. This is a good one. First, I started with the figures, but we're not really looking at the figures now. Let's look at this new innovation. Take us through what this really means. What is different about this app?
Great. Thank you very much. And thank you, viewers, for this great opportunity. Now, this app, I want to talk about the app. But let me create one impression that what we launched is not actually an app. Okay. We launched what we call Open Digital Banking Platform.
Wow.
Because engagement has moved from channel to platform. It's now platform-based. That's the only way you can create unique experience for your customers across the channels. So app happens to be, because of app first strategy, app happens to be number one. So that's the first son of the platform. But we launched Open Digital Banking Platform. Note, not open banking. Okay? Now, what is there is that this is an app that has been empowered to have not just banking features like most apps. This app have a lot of things that go beyond banking. And for the first time, and this industry first, for the first time, you have an app where gesture and waves have been introduced. Gesture banking, doing banking transactions by mere gesture. We call it courtesy wave. So today, if you want to lock down or hide your balance on the app, all you need to do is just courtesy wave across the camera. Yeah. You just wave across the camera, across the face of your app, and you've hidden your balance. If you want to open it, you just wave across the app. That's industry first. Okay, I was tempted to say it's global first, but I can say it really if we are comparing just on banking apps, because I know there are other features of other fintechs that you can do such. But for banking app, to use gesture, to use swipes and wave to do transaction is something new. Now, most banks have what they call transaction alert, just the same way we have transaction alert on the new app. But guess what? From your alert that you have received, you know what banking alert is. Yeah. You just touch on that alert, swipe it to the left, and do many things with that alert. What can you do? First, you can repeat that transaction. Assuming you want to pay the same customer the same money, You don't need to go again back to transfer this, that. You just click on that same alert and repeat that payment. It pays the customer right away and give you evidence of payment. From that alert, you can dispute a payment as well if you want. From that alert, you can just say generate receipt for that payment. You know, just by touching it, it gives you options what you can do with it. These are not common these days. Again, now the kind of energy we put, you know, in the control for people to have choices. I don't want to speak much, but if I start talking about this, we're not going to go home today. You know, if you look at even the choices we give customer, the customer determines his theme. You know, so I don't choose for you how your app will look. You choose how you want your app will look. We give you that energy. You may decide not to have all the features we introduced display. You may just decide that this is what you want to be seeing. That will be it. Okay? And then when you are making payment, and remember, every app has transfers. Every app can do payment. But what matters is how the journey is made. You know, a Ferrari and this downfall bus we get on the road, they can all convey passengers from Ikeja here to Victoria Island. But the speed at which they do it, the comfort at which they do it is what matters. It's just like the same people entering flight. You have someone in first class, you have someone in economy. They will get to their destination airport at the same time. But the comfort, the convenience of getting there, they are different. So, and that's what we built into that app, to give our customers first class experience. Okay, so the same journey you see in other app, we interrogate it and do it better. I'm going to stop here for now so that when you ask your other questions,
indeed, you'll be able to. All right, that was a good way to start. Let me now talk to a group CIO. Now, in all these days of I'm a little worried, but I know you take us through security, because it's very important this time when you look at apps like this and what's happening in town. Some might be scared. So tell us, how safe is this?
Okay, again, we build this app with two things in mind: customer convenience and security. And we considered both at the depths of every limit of prevalent technologies required to make it happen. So we've looked at it from all perspectives, looked at security from all perspectives, and singled out the customer, and we were able to build both the authentication, which is biometric in most cases, depending on your phone capability, down to the authentication that is required to do transactions and permitted, down to having controls on the app. So beyond being able to log into the app, which of course we're ensuring that customers should not divulge their personal information, including their PINs, we have also built control on the app that enables you to do things that ordinarily people wouldn't expect you to do in card control. We enabled you to even restrict the countries that have access to your card, restrict your card depending on the channels that you want, and put low balance alerts, notifications, switching off your app. So we've put a lot of things on the app that enables that security as much as it gives convenience to the customer. Usually security and customer convenience are two sides of the coin. But what we've done this time, we've put that coin to stand in the center. We've considered the customer, and we've also made it secure at the same time.
I'll put a back him on this. I wanted to say something so that the viewers will also know that even the best platoon, military platoon, can be taken down if you have saboteurs in the camp. So we also appeal to customers, even customers of any bank. Do not play saboteur's role for your own protection. What do I mean by that? Somebody calls you, you are going to win this from presidency, and they will need your BVN, they will need your password, they will need your this so that you get it, and you give him. You are not a saboteur, you're a customer, but you have played saboteur's role because it can take down that platoon. You know what it means? You have given someone the key to your house. And the house will definitely open if you put the right key and enter. So please, viewers out there, for no reason, don't give out your banking details. Any bank, no bank will ask you for banking details because those details are sitting with them. They're actually custodian of your details. They can't be asking you for what they already have. And that will help security across all channels.
That's also, apart from normal banking transactions, he was also talking about other things that this can do. And are there other personalized services with regards to this platform?
Yes, there are a lot of personalized services that we have. So we have moved or we're moving beyond banking. It's a gradual process. It requires an ecosystem maturity. But beyond doing banking, we're moving to lifestyle. So you're going to be able to do more than banking. You're going to be able to book your tickets, do movies, do a lot of things that have to do with lifestyle, and then begin to incorporate ecosystem and begin to incorporate other ecosystems within the app to be able to do more. Now, again, we've looked at this because this is the first son. Now, I'll use these words, the last time we had that conversation. He said this is the first son of a very big family, which is mobile. Because this is a platform, it has multiple channels. So this is the first son, and there are other channels that would have the capabilities as we begin to release this to the public. So we're going beyond that, and we have considered ease for the customer as much as possible. That is why we begin to inscribe gesture, which is one of the latest technologies that you have on mobile applications, into that platform. We are trying to ensure that the app works at the speed of thought. So that's why we started with gesture. So as you're able to gesture the app, you're able to do things. As you're able to swipe, you're able to do things, all with the customer convenience in mind. And as you're using the app, you will notice that your second or third journey into the app, you begin to get addicted to the app, to play that addictive role with the app as much as possible. And that's how we have engineered this app, and there's a lot coming your way as the app matures in the customer's hands.
Let me turn to Mr. Anike again. How will a customer who has a challenge with this, how can he get help?
Great question. And you see, those are some of those new things we talk about this app, and that's another industry first. There's what we call inbox. Every app, mind you, every app has inbox, okay? But what do we use inbox to do? I'm sure you receive text messages from banks telling you we are running this promo, we have this product, and then they will or tell you that there will be service failure or maintenances that will happen. That's what we use inbox for. But guess what we did this inbox we have in this new app? We made it to be a two-way communication. So you will receive messages from us. Well, that we are running promo, we are doing this just like every other person.
Yes.
But you can also reach us from the app, from that inbox. You can dispute the payment, you can report anything. It doesn't have to be app-related transaction. You can mention that you used your ATM card somewhere and you have this challenge. That message will be received immediately. The app will route it because of the intelligence in that app. It has that intelligence across all our products and channels. So when you complain anything that relates to card or ATM, he knows who to hand it over to, and it goes there straight and he receives attention. So it's a two-way communication. You can reach us through the inbox, we can reach you through the inbox. That's not common, that's industry first. I'm emphasizing it because I know that it will be commonized in days to come. Fine, but when you look at heptacon companies, that's the way they run their lives. They disrupt themselves. They don't look at what competition is doing. I'm telling you, we are not competing with anybody. We are not out there for any competition. We will continue to interrogate our services, disrupt ourselves, not you, not anybody, to give you better experience, to give you better convenience. And that's what we'll continue to do in the days to come. So even this we are telling you now, there are already series. Already series, what is coming, loaded. So if you want to chase us, I wish you well, because just prepare for the chase. It took us so long to cook this energy before we started talking. So it's not overnight. But the only thing we have achieved for ourselves today is that for us to do anything we want to do, even meet a customer, profile his business, and give him solution, we can do that with almost speed of light now. Okay, that's the energy we have, the capacity we have.
And that's really a good one. I want to go back to you already have an app. UB already has an app that is well rated, highly rated, and in fact, I have seen like two apps exactly already. So this is like the third one. So am I right to say, like, why multiple apps?
Okay, so there are two ways to look at it.
Okay,
if you're moving to disrupt the industry, you need to look at it in two ways. There are two ways to do it. It's either you do incremental innovation, which means you keep improving on what you have. So you can get a faster horse, and get a faster horse, it will move faster. But there's something called fundamental innovation. It means that you're changing the way you do things radically. So having a car is completely different from getting a faster horse. So what we've done this time is not to look at this from getting an app point of view. It may present itself as an app, but behind it, what we've built is something that will engulf the customer across all channels. Consider the Netflix experience. So regardless of the device, you're able to do exactly what you can do on TV. And that is the level of engineering that we've put into this, just to ensure we engulf our customer from a customer convenience point of view in terms of entry, from navigation, from customization, which means customer has the option to choose. And that is what we've brought. We've brought this because that journey to digital dominance requires a fundamental shift because the ecosystem has changed. The players that are in the market requires that we rethink how banking is done, because banking is no longer transactional.
It's not.
Banking has evolved. It is an ecosystem that is lifestyle. And that is how we've put this perspective, and that is the thinking behind what we've done, and that is how we would begin to continue that journey so that we can stay leading. There are a couple of things that we've taken this space. It's clear that in conversational banking, we're leading because of Leo that we've had.
Yeah.
So we're going to take other spaces that people didn't know that exist. So with our gesture-based banking, contactless, we're going to begin to take those areas as the platform evolves as we move forward. And that is the
something.
Yes, I want to say something in addition to that. I just want to say that I don't want you to see it as if we try to do some things that our current app does not have.
Okay.
That was not the focal point.
Okay.
The focal point was the customer. The customer first. What the customer needs and how the customer needs it, and when the customer needs it, decide what you do. So the new thing we are doing was in response to the gap across the globe, not just about this app. And guess what? Now, this is the first app. You know, I always emphasize anything that I can boldly say is the first. This is the first app that the user story was written from 20 countries, and we went live in 20 countries same day. That's the first app. So what do I mean by that? We did not do one pill kills all diseases and send out there for everybody to go and use. No, we went to each country, wrote the user story, how their businesses want you to talk to them, how their regulation want you to talk to them. First thing we do as an institution, everything we are building must obey every regulatory requirement. All the KYC requirement across the globe, we take it very seriously. So this app has we call it multi-resident capacity, because it means that for Ghana, it is Ghana app. It has their regulation, it has everything they require, it has the way their businesses talk to each other. For Senegal, it's Senegal app. They have everything, business, regulation, everything inbuilt. But the beauty is that with all this, we went live in 20 countries one day. That's great
really
achievement. Yes.
And that's an achievement. Yeah. I wanted to ask you that question, but let me start with him so that because we're almost wrapping up now. Yeah. Now, will I be able to change my profile, or let's say change my phone numbers or my address while using this platform, this new app?
Yes, you can. You can change that because there's self-service that allows you to alter your profile. Because we've given you the ability to choose, you can go there and do that. And once you do that, the ones that require validation is done. The one that requires your authentication based on the app is done. And that is how it's profiled, because it's profiled with security in mind and also profiled with ease as well.
For the customer.
Yes.
A parting shot from you. What else do you want Nigerians to know, maybe that you've not mentioned about this new app?
There's a lot. Yes, a lot.
Like Oga said, he said if you allow him, we won't leave here today. But please, just let's wrap this up.
So a lot has been said. We've built artificial intelligence into the app. So in terms of patterns, and as we're collecting patterns, the products and the services that are coming henceforth will begin to show the world what we're doing. Because you want to be empathic in banking, you need to acknowledge the loyal customers that you have. You need to be able to acknowledge a lot of the things in terms of transaction profiling so that you can serve much better than you're serving today. And the only way to do that is exactly what we've done. We've set the same stage, but it's not the same. We would now from there begin to do those things that differentiate us completely in the course of the digital dominance we seek to achieve.
And you also something. How receptive are also your customers? How have they taken this? I was part of the Zoom meeting yesterday, and take us through that too as we wrap up.
Okay, if I just talk about my customers, I've not said anything. I am more interested that I have thousands of downloads of new to UBA and new to the app. That's news for me. If it's just the customers I have already, then we have not done much. And that's my message. My message to my viewers is to say there is something in that app for you. Go get the experience. There is something in that app for you. Please go get the experience. It's very interactive, it's very engaging, it's beyond banking. And I told people, if I am traveling, if it was in the days where we travel a lot, I can wait out any flight delay at the airport because that app will keep me busy till my next flight. I will be praying, let me know when they call my flight because it's very interactive, and that's the idea. You have something you can play with, something that can speak to your lifestyle more than just banking transaction. Banking transactions are just like it sounds. It's a transactional relationship. So you just complete a transaction and you take a walk. It's different from building a relationship that lasts. And that's what that app and all the other things that will follow we have, because it's just first step. Don't get tired of us. You're going to see us because there are many things to showcase out there. And I tell you, we are not in competition with any bank, with any fintech, with anybody. We are disrupting ourselves for the good of our teaming customers and non-customers, because we have that capacity to address their need. Thank you.
Group Head, SME Banking, United Bank of Africa, that's the UBA PLC, Mr. Samson Aneke, and of course, the CIO, Group CIO of UBA, Mr. Onyebuchi Akosa. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for your time. I appreciate this, and we expect you back here again to talk more about what's been happening. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right,